So hi everyone, I'm Patrick Wong, the Senior Real Estate Analyst from Bloomberg Intelligence. Here, this is the independent research platform from Bloomberg. And today we also have Michael Tam here, this is my team, Associate Analyst. And it's a great honor for us, for Bloomberg to sponsor this event and present here. And the thing is that for Bloomberg, one of our important culture is to giving back to the community. So we are very committed to use our expertise and also our resources of our business to create lasting impact to the community for us. And in the next 15 minutes, we have Michael and I together share with you some insights how Bloomberg Terminal can help you prepare for this competition. So now let me pass over to Michael to start with some introduction of the Bloomberg Terminal and also our research platform on Bloomberg Intelligence. Michael, thank you.
Thanks, Patrick. Thomas, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Just a slight echo, but yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just in a room, so maybe that's why there's a bit of an echo. But again, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Michael. I help Patrick cover our real estate research here at Bloomberg Intelligence. And today I'm just going to quickly go over who we are as a company and also give you a quick demo on how you might be able to use the Bloomberg terminal to help you devise your solutions for this very interesting competition that you all are trying to be a part of. So just a quick introduction, Bloomberg is ubiquitous in the news world, but we also have this Bloomberg terminal that you can see from everywhere, from trading floors to banks to now corporates around the world. And what we aim to provide is we try to provide our clients with timely data. We try to provide leading insight and research, and we try to do that all under one roof. Patrick and I always talk about how we are really a team of experts under one roof. So you have individuals like Patrick who have years of experience covering real estate, but we also have economists, we also have software engineers. We've had people who've worked for the Supreme Court. And so what we are is a really diverse team. And I think that brings forth, a lot of value for our clients. Just to touch on the Bloomberg terminal very briefly, we believe that you'll have an opportunity to use the terminal for this competition. And as Professor Lim spoke about a little bit earlier, data is very important in terms of everyone from traders making decisions to economists devising policy. All these decisions are backed with data, and you can find a wealth of it on the Bloomberg terminal. And so, data is definitely what underpins the terminal, but, we also provide a community for like-minded individuals to interact. So we have a lot of different market players interacting with each other, speaking to each other on a day-to-day basis. And finally, Patrick talked about this a little bit earlier, but the reason why we want to support this event is because, tackling the housing crisis is such a heady issue, it's such a challenging issue. We want to interact and engage with as many stakeholders in the community as possible so that we have a better chance of being able to solve this problem together. And so as a company, we really value this sort of diversity. We really value new ideas from everyone, whether it's a student, whether it's a professor, whether it's someone on the consulting side. We find all of that extremely valuable, and we're always willing to engage. As a company, giving back to the community is definitely our priority. And as other individuals have mentioned, the housing crisis is definitely something that continues to be something that the city is working towards to engage in and to fix. And so, we definitely want to be a part of that conversation. And finally, we believe in collaboration. And so in that sense, we're always trying to work together to solve problems and make sure that we're putting our best foot forward when we're trying to find ways to package solutions and to come up with interesting ideas. So Patrick and I are a part of a team called Bloomberg Intelligence. And what we are is an independent research platform that spans the globe, and we have over 350 research professionals. We cover a variety of different sectors, and Patrick and I are responsible for covering the real estate dashboard. And so what I'll switch to now is actually a demo of the Bloomberg terminal, and I'll be able to actually give you a kind of a tour of the platform that Patrick and I manage And I'll be covering the data side, and Patrick will be speaking about the research a little bit later. So I'm just going to switch over to the Bloomberg terminal very quickly. So this is the Bloomberg terminal that I hope you can all see. Thomas, are you able to see the terminal? Perfect.
Yeah, we can see it.
So this is actually the platform I was speaking about this entire time. It's the Bloomberg Intelligence Research platform, and this is the real estate dashboard. And so just to give you a quick introduction, this is the search bar that's kind of prominently displayed in every terminal. So you can always type in a function. So for example, to get to this function, you would type in BI for Bloomberg Intelligence, and then REALA. And that would bring you straight to this dashboard. And so I'll be covering the data side. And so if you look on the left-hand side, you can see that there's a data library here. And what you want to do is you want to click into industry. And then you want to go into the Hong Kong tab. And so, earlier when I was looking at the presentation that EY was doing, I actually noticed that they were citing a lot of data from Centiline and the rating and valuation department. And that's the sort of data you can expect to find on the Bloomberg terminal as well. And so what we have is we have data from two major property brokers. So you have Centiline, of course, and then you have Midland Realty. And basically what we've done is we've compiled a lot of the key metrics that we think are relevant pertaining to the Hong Kong residential sector. And so, earlier we were talking about property affordability. And so Midland Realty has calculated a percentage in terms of the ratio of affordability. And we have a long time series that you can take a look at for your analysis here. We also have rental affordability. And so that gives you a taste of what Midland Realty may be able to provide. Rating and valuation department provides a lot of useful information regarding prices of homes. So here you have average prices of homes by size, and that may also help you determine your analysis and help you devise your policy for this competition. And so that's everything we have, on the real estate side, but we understand, real estate is inextricably linked to economics. And so here on the left-hand side, we have a macro tab. And if, again, we switch over to the Hong Kong tab, we have a wealth of economics data available for you to peruse. And so you have everything from GDP data to mortgage data to the HIBOR rates. That's all available for you to take a look at right here. And so we hope you find the data useful. And if at any time you have any questions about how to use the terminal or where to find certain data, please feel free to reach out to myself or Patrick if you have any questions. And so now I'll pass it over to Patrick to discuss the research side of our platform.
Okay, yeah, thanks, Michael. So here come to some of our features research here, and we'd like to talk about the first one, which is about the changing dynamics of the housing market in Hong Kong. And this is the pieces we write about both short-term and also the long-term issue that about the housing market in Hong Kong in terms of the supply and also in terms of the demand dynamics. So overall, I think the situation here in Hong Kong is that we have the challenge over the COVID for this year. The low interest rate is the interesting thing to look at because of the COVID. The QE is coming back again. And interestingly, I think the affordability is always the issue, right, in Hong Kong, especially now, right? Even the things, if you look at the chart, the first chart here we have, basically it shows you the affordability ratio, that the higher ratio means that you have you need to spend more money in terms of your household income for your housing expenses, for the mortgage. So now it's going to 64%, which is also looks like a decade high level over the past 20 years. Actually, the challenge I think going forward is that even with the COVID, the affordability is going down a bit. In the sense that if you look at the second chart here, it's about the housing, the housing income versus the home prices growth year over year. Over the past 2 decades, you could see the outperform of those housing income that in terms of the home prices is go by like 20%, 15% a year, versus the household income is only go by mid-low single digits, something like that. And this year, we also see the household income is another decline by something like 5%. But the home price, actually, if you look at the centralized data, it didn't move quite much. It's still pretty steady. So the COVID, I think, is a big hit for the rental market, but for the housing prices, because of low interest rate, you still see that the situation is not that bad. If you look at the stock market as well, you see there's kind of the bubble here in terms of the when company they didn't deliver the dividend, but the share price also moving up, right? So this again is quite interesting scenario to look at. So I mean, for next slide, for the next chart here, we have the interest rate. That is the situation right now. I mean, the high ball, if you look at the 1-month high ball recently, is now dropped to only 0.13%. And that is the lowest level over the past decade, since 2011. So again, it's trigger some concern about another bubble for the home prices in Hong Kong, because back to the days in 2009, 2010, we see the property price actually going up crazy, right? Versus nowadays, I think the concern could be like there could be lots of dynamics. Like I think the household income is coming down a bit. Also concerned about the population outflow. Maybe next year, something like that, with the COVID coming, is getting resolved, and then the UK have the immigration entry for the Hong Kong residents, something like that. So there is also some negative factor here, but the positive factor we will have the interest rate is really low, supply is already limited, and also have a big issue in Hong Kong about the deterioration of the properties. So again, that is the report. I won't go through all the details here, but you can see that is a big report here. We have lots of interesting charts, data, and also insights, so that we can share with you. So take a look with our Bloomberg terminal, and actually we have prepared a 2-page PDF summary about our data and research office that we just discussed here for the Bloomberg terminal. So I think this could be a useful reference. I think Thomas can share with you all later. And again, I think that's all for us today. So feel free to reach out if you have any questions for us. You can connect with us by email, which we have the PDF summary here. We have the email details, or even for LinkedIn as well. So I can also share with you my LinkedIn in the chat room here. So I think that's all for us today. Thank you.
Thanks again, Michael and Patrick. Very, very insightful within the data analysis part. So yeah, just to add on to what Patrick said, we will be uploading that summary onto our website later, probably tonight or tomorrow. So do keep your eye out for that. And now I want to open the floor for Q&A.